I didn't catch her in a dramatic way. No lipstick on collars, no breathless confessions. It was quieter than that, which somehow made it worse. I came home earlier than expected. The house felt occupied in a way it shouldn't have, air disturbed, a presence retreating. Her phone was on the kitchen counter, buzzing insistently, the screen lighting up with a name I didn't recognize. I wasn't snooping. It was just there. The message preview did the rest. I can't stop thinking about last night. I remember how still everything felt after that, like the house was holding its breath, waiting to see who I'd become next. She came down the stairs a minute later, tying her hair, already annoyed, like I'd interrupted something more important than me. When I asked, gently, almost politely, she didn't deny it. She rolled her eyes. "It was just once," she said.
Get over it.
That alone might have broken me, but then she smiled, not nervous, not guilt-used. Amused, he's better in bed anyway. I felt something shut off inside me. Not rage, not grief. Something more practical. Like a door closing in a building you've already decided to leave. I nodded. Once. Not dramatically. Just enough to acknowledge I'd heard her. Then I picked up my keys and walked out. I didn't slam the door. I didn't say a word. I didn't ask who he was, how long, why. None of that mattered anymore. She wanted a fight. Or tears. Or begging. Something to confirm that she still mattered enough to hurt me. I refused the role. I drove until the city thinned out and parked near the river. Sat there longer than I expected, watching the water move without urgency. My phone stayed face down in the cup holder. It buzzed once. Then again. I didn't check. There's a strange clarity that comes when someone shows you contempt without camouflage. Love can survive mistakes. It can't survive mockery. By the time the sun went down, I knew exactly what I wasn't going to do. I wasn't going to argue for my worth. I wasn't going to compete with a stranger. I wasn't going to explain why what she said was cruel. I wasn't going to teach her how to respect me. That night, I stayed at a small hotel near my office. I slept badly, but not because of her. Mostly because my mind kept replaying moments I'd ignored over the years, little dismissals, jokes at my expense, how often I'd apologized just to keep things smooth. This wasn't a rupture. It was an exposure. In the morning, I woke before my alarm, showered, shaved, put on clean clothes. I felt oddly steady, like I was stepping into a version of myself I'd postponed. Before work, I made one stop. Quiet, professional, no drama, no confrontation. By the time I walked into my office, my phone had started lighting up. First message, 70:42 a.m. Trey, where are you? Then to why aren't you answering? By 80:15, the tone changed. We need to talk. I didn't mean it like that you're being dramatic. At 9:03, the panic arrived. Please call me. This isn't funny. What are you doing? I put my phone on silent and got through my morning. Meetings, emails, coffee that tasted stronger than usual. Every so often, curiosity nudged me, but I didn't give in. I didn't want to read her words until I knew they couldn't pull me back. At lunch, I checked. 52 messages. They told a story without meaning to. Anger had given way to confusion. Confusion to bargaining. Bargaining to fear. I was angry. I didn't mean it. I say stupid things when I'm mad. We can fix this. Please don't do this like this. The last few were shorter. Unpolished. Call me. Hey, please. I'm scared. I felt no satisfaction reading them. Just confirmation. I replied once, I'm safe. I need space. I'll be in touch through my lawyers. I turned the phone back over. That evening, I went back to the house, not to see her, but to collect a few personal things. I timed it carefully. I didn't want a scene. I wanted my belongings and my dignity to leave together. She wasn't there. Or maybe she was avoiding me. It didn't matter. The house looked the same, but it felt smaller, like a place that had already started forgetting me. I packed clothes, documents, the watch my father gave me. I left the rest. I didn't want objects anchoring me to a version of life that was already over. On the kitchen counter, her phone charger sat coiled beside a mug I'd bought on a trip years ago. I didn't take the mug. I didn't want souvenirs of compromise. As I closed the door, I realized something unsettling and relieving at the same time. I wasn't angry anymore. Not because what she did was acceptable, but because anger would have meant I still needed her to understand. I didn't. Over the next few days, messages kept coming. Some apologies, some accusations, some attempts to rewrite history. You're overreacting, eh? Vet, it didn't mean anything. You're throwing away 15 years. Maybe I was. But I wasn't the one who treated them like they were disposable. When she finally understood that I wasn't coming back, not to argue, not to negotiate, her messages slowed. Became careful, polite, as if she were speaking to someone she no longer knew how to access. That was the real shift. Not when she cheated, not when she insulted me, But when she realized contempt had consequences, she couldn't charm or belittle away. Weeks later, we met briefly, with professionals present. She looked smaller somehow. Not weak, just stripped of the confidence that had come from believing I'd always absorb whatever she threw at me. She tried to apologize again. I listened. I didn't interrupt. When she finished, I nodded. The same nod, calm, complete. I hope you figure things out, I said. And I meant it, just not with me. I left without shaking her hand. Sometimes, late at night, I still think about that smirk. The way she thought she'd won something in that moment. I don't hate her for it. I just understand now that anyone who needs to diminish you to feel powerful was never on your side. Self-respect doesn't always arrive loudly. Sometimes it shows up as a quiet refusal to stay where you're not valued. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't demand remorse. I didn't fight for someone who enjoyed hurting me. I simply left. And for the first time in a long while, that was enough.